Let's get right into it. Number 7. The runner's high scam. Imagine willingly running until your lungs feel like sandpaper and your legs turn into wet noodles, only to then describe the experience as amazing. Welcome to the bizarre world of the runner's high, where your brain essentially bribes you into liking pain. See? When you push your body into that zone of, why am I doing this to myself? Your nervous system hits the panic button. In response, your brain floods you with endorphins, tiny, pain-killing, euphoria-inducing chemicals that are basically nature's way of saying, here, have some happy juice so you don't hate me. But here's the kicker. That feel-good buzz isn't just about endorphins. Neuroscientists now know cannabinoids, yes, like the stuff in marijuana, also kick in. That's why some runners look suspiciously blissful while you're dying after a 10-minute jog. So, in essence, exercise pain is like your brain turning into a back-alley drug dealer. It gives you just enough of the good stuff to keep you coming back for more punishment. It's evolutionary trickery, too. Our ancestors didn't have DoorDash, so running long distances without collapsing was kind of important. Pain was supposed to be a warning sign, but the brain hacked its own system to say, ignore the stabbing in your ribs. We're chasing dinner. And that legacy is why you see modern humans voluntarily signing up for marathons, ultra-marathons, and God help them, CrossFit. Basically, your brain gaslights you into thinking agony is awesome, and you fall for it every time. Number 6. Spicy food masochism. You're sitting in a restaurant, sweating, hiccuping, tears streaming down your face, and you're insisting to your friends, this is so good. No, buddy, what you're doing is recreational pain. Spicy food literally sets off your pain receptors. Capsaicin, the chemical in chili peppers, doesn't actually burn your mouth. Instead, it convinces your nerves that your tongue is on fire. Your brain's response? Release endorphins and dopamine, which make you feel euphoric. So eating ghost peppers is basically pain play for your taste buds. You're suffering, but your brain rewards you with a chemical cocktail that feels like victory. Psychologists even call it benign masochism, enjoying something your body interprets as dangerous but isn't actually harmful. Same reason you like roller coasters, horror movies, or scratching a mosquito bite until it's raw. It's danger without the real danger, which makes your brain throw a mini celebration every time you survive. But there's another twist. Spicy food is a cultural brag. Humans love to show off how much suffering they can endure without tapping out. It's not about flavor, it's a flex. Eating the hottest curry on the menu is just socially acceptable masochism. And let's be honest, there's nothing dignified about gasping for milk while your friends laugh at you. Still, your brain insists it's worth it. Basically, chili peppers are little red liars, and you're happily signing up to be fooled. Number 5. The tattoo paradox. Picture this. You're lying on a chair, a needle stabbing you thousands of times, and you're paying someone hundreds of dollars for it. That's tattoos for you. Literal artwork carved into your skin with controlled suffering. But here's the weird part. People don't just tolerate the pain, they like it. Biologically, tattoos trigger both pain and pleasure responses. The needle activates nociceptors, your pain sensors, which then signal your brain to release endorphins. That chemical rush doesn't just dull the pain, it can actually make you feel euphoric. Mix in adrenaline from the stress of being poked nonstop, and you've basically turned into your own drug lab. Some people even describe tattoos as addictive, not just for the art, but for the high. Psychologically, tattoos also serve as battle scars. The pain becomes part of the story. It's proof you endured something difficult for the sake of self-expression. In a way, every tattoo is a receipt of suffering you actually chose. And because humans are wired to attach meaning to suffering, that ink becomes more than a design, it's a personal triumph. Of course, the irony here is rich. Our entire nervous system exists to protect us from injury, and yet people voluntarily sign up for long sessions of buzzing pain to decorate their bodies. Basically, your brain hates paper cuts but cheers when you turn yourself into a human coloring book. Number 4. The gym pain cult. Let's be real. No pain, no gain is one of the most toxic motivational slogans ever invented, and yet gyms everywhere run on it. You willingly rip your muscles apart, literally. Micro tears form in your muscle fibers when you lift heavy weights, which sounds like a bad time, but your body's response is to rebuild them stronger, and your brain rewards you with, you guessed it, endorphins. But the creepier truth is psychological. Pain at the gym becomes proof of progress. That soreness you feel the next day, that's not your body asking for mercy. That's your body screaming, why did you do this to me? And humans rebrand that suffering into accomplishment. Pain equals growth, at least in the gym's twisted logic. There's also a tribal element. Suffering together in group workouts bonds people the way shared trauma does. That's why spin classes feel like a cult. Everyone's sweating, grimacing, and clapping for each other while secretly wondering why they paid $40 to cry on a stationary bike. So yeah, working out is basically socially approved self-harm with dumbbells. And the scary part? You love it. Well, until you try to sit down the next morning and your thighs scream louder than you do. Number 3. Spicy food masochism. Explain this to aliens. Humans grow peppers that evolved chemical weapons to keep animals away, and then we sprinkle those chemical weapons on tacos for fun. The active ingredient, Capsaicin literally tricks your pain receptors into thinking your mouth is on fire. Your brain reacts as if you just licked a flamethrower, sending out waves of burning agony, which you then chase with milk like some kind of dairy-fueled firefighter. But here's the paradox. After the pain comes pleasure. Endorphins and dopamine flood your system, creating a weird high. Basically, hot sauce is edible masochism. And for some, the hotter it gets, the better. That's why chili eating contests exist. These are grown adults competing to see who can most convincingly pretend their soul isn't leaving their body. Psychologists call this benign masochism. It's when your brain experiences danger signals, but you know you're actually safe. Like riding roller coasters or watching horror movies, it's suffering without real consequences. Your brain screams, "We're dying," while your rational self calmly replies, "Relax, it's just a burrito." So yes, your love for spicy food is basically proof that humans are the only species dumb enough to weaponize dinner and then brag about surviving it. Number 2, horror movie thrills. You ever pay money to sit in the dark, watch strangers get brutally murdered on screen, and then call it entertainment? That's horror movies. They exist because humans love simulated fear. When you watch a scary film, your amygdala, the brain's fear center, lights up like a haunted house. Your body responds with adrenaline, increased heart rate, and even sweaty palms. Congratulations, you're terrified, but safe. And that's the key. Your rational brain knows it's fiction, which flips the panic into pleasure. This is another form of benign masochism, safe danger. You're tricking your body into a survival mode it doesn't actually need, and the resulting chemical cocktail feels weirdly good. It's the same reason people binge true crime podcasts before bed, like bedtime stories told by Satan himself. On top of that, horror movies often create a bonding effect. Watching them with friends or a date lets you experience fear together, which boosts oxytocin, the bonding hormone. Translation: nothing says romance like watching 2 hours of zombie gore while holding hands in terror. Basically, horror movies let you pay $12 for a socially acceptable panic attack, and you love it. Number 1, the gym pain high. Picture this: you drag yourself into the gym, lift heavy objects, run on a treadmill like a lab rat, and leave sore, sweaty, and barely able to walk. And somehow, you call that healthy. Exercise is literally controlled suffering. Your muscles get microscopic tears, your lungs scream, and your brain begs you to stop. But then the magic happens. Endorphins and endocannabinoids flood your system, creating the famous runner's high. That's right, your body basically rewards you for abusing it. It's like getting punched in the face and then receiving a coupon for free ice cream. Even the soreness the next day, called delayed onset muscle soreness, feels kind of good to some people. That achy reminder says, "Congrats, you tortured yourself yesterday, and now you're stronger." Psychologists argue that people actually start to crave this cycle. Exercise pain becomes addictive because your brain pairs discomfort with accomplishment. You don't just tolerate the suffering, you start chasing it, which is why you'll find people bragging about their squat numbers the same way knights bragged about slaying dragons. At its core, the gym is just socially sanctioned self-punishment. You voluntarily enter a room full of medieval torture devices, crank them up until you feel like you're dying, and call it leg day. But hey, at least your pain comes with abs. That's all for today. I'll be making similar videos in the future. Subscribe to see them.